All right, Patreon members. So we've been working on here a lot, trying to get these the course material set for y'all. Well, mainly just for beginners getting into crypto. So probably not anyone inside of the Patreon group, but I went ahead and opened it up to everyone. So y'all can check that out if y'all are interested. Right now, there's just an early bird pricing going on there. One thing that y'all might be interested in is that I go over a few reference websites as well too, and then also I plan on doing a few altcoin reviews and just basically how to use altcoins, how to stake them. So if y'all are interested in some of that information, y'all can feel free to check it out. If anything though, it's more or less just for beginners, how to get started in crypto and how they can start storing their crypto as well too. So I think most of y'all already know how to do that and how to avoid scams, this and that, for the most part. So if you want to and help support, the growth of the course material as well, then feel free to sign up for it. But if not, no worries. Mainly just during our next bull run peak, it's going to be a good idea for people to maybe try and get help navigating through the space. And how to just be as safe as possible inside of the crypto space. And that's really what the course is for. So that's what that is for. But if I do come out with the trading course, I just want to let y'all know that I will be giving everyone that is a Patreon member at the moment of release. I will be providing a discount for that course sooner or later. So definitely feel free to I'll let y'all know whenever that is going to be a thing. It'll probably be a little while from now, but maybe I'll try and roll something out for y'all within the next couple of months as far as a trading course is concerned. So we're taking a look at the charts today, and we're kind of going over. Let's start on the 1 hour and just get a kind of a brief idea of what might be happening here. What this triangle that we've been kind of just consolidating in right now is just really seem to give us a strong resistance and support areas. I mean, we wicked down here, as of yesterday, and then we continue to wick, or we've continued to move back up now. So I'm just anticipating that we're probably going to end up moving out to the end of the symmetrical triangle, then have a pretty big break. Now that break should happen relatively soon, and I would imagine we're going to have to break through this with a substantial amount of volume. So, we're looking at some price targets right at about 9,300 and about 9,100. Those are some areas that you could probably start setting your alerts at. To know whether or not this trend line is going to break or not. And then actually there's a cool feature I think in TradingView. You can set an alert for a trend line. So I could set an alert here for a trend line if it was to break bullish, crossing above this trend line support. I could just make this once per bar, and if it does break, then I will get a notification about it. So feel free to set that if you'd like. It is a nice little reference that TradingView does allow you to set alerts for trend lines that are broken. And so looking at our 1 hour here, money flow is just kind of moving off to the side, kind of unsure of itself as of right now. We are getting a red dot here on the 1 hour, as you can see, maybe sending us back down below these two purple trend lines here using our trend line indicator. Going on into the 90-minute time frame, let's see what's happening here. We are finding some nice support at right above these two purple trend lines as well too. We have a green trend line above us that, if broken, would be relatively bullish. It does look like we are kind of in a symmetrical wedge as of right now too as well. So I would imagine we'll get a pretty big break here in one direction or the other. Money flow just kind of off, bouncing up and down. And then our blue wave does look like it's ready to put in a red dot here on the 90 minutes. So let's take a look at the 2 hour. 2 hour VWAP's clipping down, as you can see. So maybe a red dot could be anticipated within the short to near term future. And then our blue wave is also kind of just moving up just a tad bit, but as that VWAP starts to close, gets closer to that zero pivot point, then more than likely we'll have a red dot pretty soon. And then also our money flow is just kind of unsure of itself right now, kind of deciding a clear direction. It is clipping into the green as of right now though. Going on into our 4 hour time frame, let's see what's happening here. 4 hour time frame, let me make sure I have all these indicators on here real quick. So we're starting to maybe trying to have a little bit of a bearish cross as of right now with our 13 and our 100, but it's still kind of moving out to the side, and doesn't look like we'll have quite enough volume as of the rest of today to maybe get back up to 9,300. Maybe within the next couple of days, we'll take a look at the higher time frames and see what they might be telling us. Money flow is just kind of moving off to the side as of right now too as well. We have a green dot down here, but our lower time frames were indicating that those red dots were soon approaching for us. So we'll have to see what's going to happen here on our 4 hour and then near term future. And then our 6 hour, we do have a green dot here that is indicated. So I would imagine we'll probably get some sideways patterns with a nice little Christmas tree green and red dots that might be appearing here on the 6 hour as well too. Money flow is looking pretty healthy though, kind of still just trending out sideways. To me, this looks like we're probably going to consolidate out to the end of the symmetrical wedge. That's why I would say place an alert probably on these two trend lines here at about 9,300, 9,100 to see whether or not we're going to get a clean break above or below those trend lines. And then taking a look at our 8 hour here. 8 hours also kind of giving us just a lot of stagnant pattern too as well. I think CryptoLark had posted one of his posts on YouTube or something. It was like, Bitcoin do something, because we've gotten really just no price action in the past week or so. You know, I mean, we've seen these prices just over and over again, and right now just Bitcoin is just not wanting to move anywhere from the 9,500 to 9K area at all, you know. So I would imagine a big break that's relatively soon to occur. But the fact that we really haven't had any price action, I've been kind of just you know, kind of just doing my own thing, laying low, focusing on the trading, or focusing on the Path to Crypto course that is available now. But I've been kind of focusing on that because we've been kind of moving sideways for the most part. I'd rather not trade these patterns right now. It just looks like it's too stagnant for me to, you know, trade as of right now. But I am in a little exposure with the altcoins to see what happens with them, and then we'll kind of just have to go from there on out and see what's going to happen with Bitcoin. It does look like we're kind of trying to push up above some of those green trend lines on the 8 hour. As you can see here, looks like we're trying to make support above these green trend lines, going into our 12 hour, or let's go to our 8 hour, see what's happening. Oh yeah, that was our 8 hour. Okay, so our 12 hour, let's see, we're getting kind of a Christmas tree pattern, but we're putting in a smaller little trigger wave here that could possibly send us back down a little bit lower. So that's just something to take note of. We've been kind of just consolidating out to the side ever since we had this nice big green money flow, with all that money flowing in from all the stimulus checks, right? And then if we take a look at the 21 hour, let's see what's happening here. 21 hour, still finding support above the 100 EMA as of right now. And it does look like the 50 is still sitting above the 13 EMA. So we'll have to see what this wants to do, if we want to get another bullish cross possibly with our EMAs, or if we just want to bring that 13 and that 50 EMA back below the 100 EMA. That's a possibility that could happen as well too. An aggressive 13 to the upside here. So that's indicating the end of the bearish count, which I would still be pretty hesitant of as of right now. If we do get a pump, you know, I'm still looking for about 9,700 maybe. I'm not too sure if we'd have anything above that as of right now. Just the money flow is looking very bleak, and looking like it's ready to kind of thin out for the most part. Money is still trying to decide whether or not to get in and out of this market as of right now. So we're going to have to just kind of wait and be patient with this topping area, or what we would probably consider a consolidation area for Bitcoin right now. It definitely looks like we'll probably fulfill the end of the symmetrical triangle a little bit more, and then maybe decide a clear break. We are seeing a red dot here on our 1 day, so that's something to take note of as well. I shared that screenshot yesterday in our daily summary of the daily chart, so something to take note of there. Looking at the 2 day, let's see what's happening here. 2 day, anything different change? Not too much right now. It does look like we are still kind of in a bullish count, but that could change relatively soon. I mean, we could continue to have this bullish count, but honestly, it looks like these doji candles are just moving us sideways for right now, with not much price action determining what direction to go. You know, if I would say that we'd probably have to, it more or less looks like we are kind of pushing up above the top trend line, but we could have a sell-off and just have even more dojis down here for a possibility. We'll have our next candle on our 2 day open on the 15th, which is tomorrow. So it's something to take note of there. It looks like we're just steadily trending on that 13 EMA as support right now. Our 3-day EMA trending below our 13 EMA on the 3-day. So that's another significance to take a note of. And then also you can see we're having a red dot here that could possibly send us back down too. So I know that we did have the buy signal on the hash ribbons that took place, but you know, this, I don't know. I still feel that could possibly be a fake out. We'll have to see what happens with that hash ribbons. If we get another capitulation to happen, we are getting a red dot here on our 3-day, or we could just continue out sideways, put in another green dot and then a red dot, green dot, red dot, Christmas tree pattern sideways for a whole lot longer. And that's kind of what it seems like Bitcoin wants to do, is just kind of trend sideways for right now. So I would expect a pretty boring time in crypto as of right now. It doesn't look like we're going to be seeing any newer highs or you know, significant lower lows just yet. Money flow on our 4-day still kind of trending out to the side. 5-day, you know, we have our blue wave that's just kind of moving off to the side down here too. I mean, this is honestly just Bitcoin getting ready for a big move relatively soon. And so we're going to have to just kind of play it by ear and see what happens. When Bitcoin likes to consolidate like this, we have a substantial big move in one clear direction or the other. And then once that move occurs, then we can probably take a position. But honestly, I'm kind of just staying low on leverage trading right now, and just getting a little bit of exposure in case we do decide to break up or we do decide to put in a massive candle. But the fact that we start zooming out on some of these higher time frames and we're still getting our sell signals that have been relatively accurate for us just leaves me a little bit weary of where this market might be headed to. So definitely need to consider the bearish signs when they're there, but then also consider the bullish signs when they're there. And yeah, it is what it is, but we can also set our alerts at that 9,300, 9,100 area, and then decide on a clear direction if we do get a break above or below one of those areas too as well. We're starting to really hug this 13 EMA on some of these higher trend lines, or on some of these higher time frames. So that's just something to take note of, is that if we start to hug these EMAs a little bit, then we tend to break down below them. So we're hugging this right now, trying to have support above the 13 EMA, especially on our 5-day and our 6-day. So if we start to break below those key areas, the 5-day and the 4-day EMA, where they're sitting at about 9,200. So if we break below 9,200, that's also some place to take a note of and maybe set an alert for that too as well. But with all that being said, Bitcoin seems to be pretty boring right now, so I encourage y'all to just keep working on some other things. Maybe check out some altcoins that other members have been talking about too as well. We have a lot of really good members in our group, so definitely use them and pick their brain on a lot of different things. So yeah, they're very knowledgeable people. So I am so glad to have all y'all here, and thanks for being on this journey with us. And if y'all are interested or know anyone that's interested in the Path to Crypto course, which is more of a beginner course in crypto, then feel free to share the course content, and I'll try and get out a trading course maybe within the next couple of months or so too. But I'll be staying up to date with y'all on the Patreon group, so thanks for being Patreons for Crypto Takeover, and then I will talk to y'all soon enough. CTO signing out. Peace, y'all.